Hello, beautiful souls. We're talking about self love and self care in quarantine and beyond. And today we're talking about self love in action because self love is a commitment that we need to make. And while self care is relatively easy to decide and to do, it's a lot more difficult to love ourselves because it's not very difficult to realize that we need to eat better, to sleep longer, to hydrate, to meditate, etc. But loving ourselves is completely alien because we've always heard that it was selfish, it was vain, that people who loved themselves were entitled, arrogant, maybe. And also because our own self-talk is negative. When we talk to ourselves, we tend to just criticize or blame or scare ourselves, but we very rarely say positive things to ourselves. So we need to learn to do that, and it is absolutely possible to do it, but it takes time and it takes commitment and something you need to do every day for at least 3 weeks to start with, and in order to see a real difference. When you love yourself, you become self-reliant. If you are able to love yourself unconditionally, that means accept all the imperfections, all the mistakes, all the failures, all the bad thoughts or feelings, all the actions that you wish you hadn't taken, all the things you wish you had done but it's too late, etc. That's unconditional love, loving everything about yourself, giving yourself the respect, the recognition that you need. And when you are able to do that for yourself, it takes time, but when you can do that, you are completely self-reliant. And it means that you can also love other people unconditionally, because you are no longer that needy person who has huge expectations and who will not allow them to make any mistake, because you no longer get hurt so easily. You love yourself, you are safe, you support yourself. You don't need everything to come from someone else. So that means you are kinder to everyone else, and that means you also attract strong, self-reliant, self-respectful people who will love you unconditionally, who will respect you, who will support you unconditionally, because they are not needy either or insecure. So it is really the ideal sort of relationship to have with yourself and with everyone else around you. And it is especially important right now because we need to be stronger, we need to be self-reliant, we need to be able to support everyone else around us. And we have plenty of time. For most of us, we have more time than usual to work on this, to start at least this process that will change our whole life. So the quickest, most effective way to practice self-love is mirror work. And it's so simple actually that many people dismiss it completely because it sounds so simplistic and so silly. But sitting in front of the mirror and talking to yourself, to your own reflection, is tremendously effective and powerful, and it has very, very quick results. And Louise Hay advised to just sit in front of the mirror and say, I love you, for as as long as it takes for you to become convinced that you actually do. At first you won't believe it. At first you will only see the imperfections, all the things that you want to change. And we need to learn to accept all the imperfections, but we can be willing to at least try. We can be willing to love ourselves even if we don't really do it right from the start. So we need to be consistent. We need to repeat it for as long as it takes for it to be true. Another way to use mirror work is if you are experiencing something unpleasant, is to stand in front of the mirror and to say, I forgive you for this. I accept this and I forgive you. If you've been in an argument and you're not very proud of the way you acted, you can forgive yourself. You can also forgive the other person, but forgive yourself for every negative experience you've created in your reality. You can also promise yourself to be more courageous, to be kinder to yourself, to be more committed to your own well-being, and you can do that every day as well. Have a session where you love yourself, you forgive yourself, you commit to your own well-being. And if you do that consistently, you will start to notice a difference. It will become true. You will feel the love. You will feel a new self-esteem. And you will start to see a different sort of interaction with other people as well. Because when you are stronger, when you are more confident, your boundaries are naturally in place. You don't have to be angry, you don't have to shout at people to have them respect you, and you will be more serene, more understanding, more empathetic with other people as well. But it starts with you. Every other relationship, every other experience starts with the way you see yourself and the way you treat yourself. So first you need to learn to accept everything about yourself, to forgive everything that you don't like, and to decide that you are going to love yourself and support yourself through it all. That's all for today. Stay tuned and take care.